Hello dear students and other viewers. Welcome to Darasa Online. I'm happy that you are here with me. My name is Sylvester Francis Ndibarema, geography teacher. Today we are starting a new topic, okay? New topic called the human population, okay? Human population. Okay, under this particular topic of today, we will concentrate on the subtopic called the concept of population. Concept of population. Okay. Now, concept of population. Now, on today's lesson, we will discuss more about what is population and what is human population. Then we will look on the different characteristics of human population, okay, or characteristics for human population. Then we will see the importances, okay, why are we studying this human population, okay. Then later we will check on our model question prepared for you, summary of our today's lesson, okay. You are welcome. Let's start with defining what is population, okay. Population. Population. Population is just a number of organisms, okay, number of organisms, okay, found on a certain area at a specific time, okay. It's a number. Is a number, okay, of organisms found on a certain area, found on a certain area at a specific time, okay, or at a specific period of time, okay, at a specific period of time, okay, that is population, okay. Now you see this word population. The word population came from Latin word, okay, means populo, populos, okay, Latin word populos, which means people. So there are other people. When defining population, they're just saying number of organisms, can be plant or animals, but etymologically, this word pop comes from people. That's why some people, when they define population, they define as the number of people, okay? Now, specifically, human population is the total number of people, okay? Is the total number of people living in a certain area, okay? Is a total number of people living in a certain geographical area, okay? Or in a certain area at a specific period of time, okay, of time. Sometimes you can define human population by saying, okay, it's just a number of inhabitants, okay, it's a number of inhabitants of a particular area at a specific period of time, okay. There are a lot of definition of population, but it means the general definition is just a number of people living at a certain area at a specific time period, okay? Now, when studying population, okay, that process of studying this number of people with different characteristics is called the demography, okay? The study of human population is called demography. Demography, okay? And the person will be the demographer, okay? Demographer. Now, this is human population. Now, human population can be explained, okay, in terms of either size. When you say size, we discuss more about size of population, sex. When I say sex, I mean sex ratio, okay, the ratio between male and female. Also, a dependence ratio, okay. All the composition of population can be discussed on this particular topic. Now, let me give you a summary of characteristics of human population. Characteristics of human population. Human population has several characteristics, okay? Just to mention a few. The first one, human population is dynamic. It is dynamic. It is dynamic. Dynamic is the opposite of static. Human populations never static. It changes, okay? It changes over time. And what influences the changes of human population can be three things, okay? The first one is birth, okay? The number of people who are being born in a particular area can change the number of population in that particular area, okay? To increase, or death, to decrease, or migration. People move from one place to another to settle. They are from maybe Morogoro, they come to live to Dar es Salaam, so they change the population size or the population, the number of people in this particular region of Dar es Salaam. You see, now, number one is population is dynamic, okay? And what influences it is birth, okay, death, migration, and migration, okay? All this makes population becomes not static, okay? Another characteristic is the human population has age and sex structure, okay? It has age and sex structure. We all know that we humans, we have male and female sex, okay? So on studying human population, you must consider, okay? You must know the number of male versus the number of female, even the age groups, which this will help us on different aspects. For example, planning for maybe economic issues. Now that is another aspect or characteristics of population, okay? Another characteristic of population, it is uneven distributed, okay? It is unevenly distributed, okay? It means when I say distribution, I mean this is how people distribute in different areas, okay? Some areas the population becomes very high, and there are some areas the population becomes very low due to different reasons, okay? Maybe relief factor, okay? Can be economic factors, or maybe environmental factors, or social factors, or historical factors. For example, areas which were owned by the colonialists, they'll be having more advanced, maybe roads or settlements or houses, and people will likely to settle that particular area. So it is uneven distributed because there are some areas where the population is very high, and there are some areas the population is very, very, very low, okay? Due to different factors, as I said, economic factor, okay? For example, people who in town areas, okay? People like to settle in town areas because of this economic factor. Okay, another is maybe political factor. Political factor. We'll check on this on the coming lessons, okay? Political factors, maybe the government just locate, okay, or plan the area that this area will be for the village, and the government will give the services, social services to that particular area, maybe hospital, water supply, etc., etc. So people will go there to settle just because for political reasons, okay? Another is environmental factor. Environmental factor, okay? For example, an area is having maybe a very steep slope that could not be having a high population because people cannot settle on those particular areas. Even if they want to do agriculture, because that particular area is having a lot of soil erosion, that cannot be possible. But in an area which is plain or gentle slope, people will like to settle on those areas, okay? Another factor which makes the human population become uneven distributed is historical factors, as I said. Historical factors, okay? For example, in areas which were maybe slave trade activity conducted in that particular areas, you will see the number of people living there is different from other places, okay? Now those can be the factors which makes the population become uneven, okay, distributed. Another characteristic of population is that population differs in size, okay? It differ in size. Okay, we look more today on today's lesson on this aspect, that different areas will have different population size just because of maybe the coverage of the area, okay, and even the other aspect or other factors will make it to be different from one place to another, okay. Another characteristic of human population, it differs in level of development, okay. It differs in the level of development, okay. It differs in the level of development. There are some areas which will be having a high level of development, and there are some areas with low level of development. For example, town or urban areas vis-a-vis the rural areas, okay. This level of development of these two areas will be different, and the population also will be different in terms of size and structure, okay. Another characteristic of human population, it is subjected to problems, okay. It is subjected to problems. It is subjected to problems. These problems can be famine, maybe drought, okay, maybe drought. All these problems can occur on a human population because we know that it's not static, it is dynamic, okay, it changes over time, etc., etc. So this problem can occur, okay, even war, okay, because they are talking about human, okay, war, human conflicts. Now these are the sample characteristics, some of the characteristics of human population. Now, after getting an idea of characteristics of a human population, now we'll continue on looking at different terms of population which will describe these characteristics, okay? Different terms on population, human population, okay? Different terms of vocabularies on human population. And these terms will describe those characteristics of human population, okay? Let's start with the first one. We have population size. Population size. What is the population size? Okay. This refers to the total number of people, okay, in a defined administrative area, okay, in a defined administrative area at a specific, okay, at a specific period of time. Okay, can be a district maybe, like example, a district, or could be a region, even a province, or a country. Okay, so population size is just a number, the total number of the individual people living at a specific area. Okay, and it differs in terms of that specific area. For example, the population size of Darasa differs from the population of maybe Tabora or the population of the whole country. Okay. For example, the population of Tanzania, okay, according to the census of 2012, it's about 45 million, okay, million people, okay, while the total number or the total population size of the whole world according to the year 2015 is about 7.3 billion, okay, billions. You see the changes. This is 7.3 billion. This is just 45 million. This is for Tanzania. This is according to the census of 2015. This is the whole world. This is just Tanzania. Okay, this is the world population size. Population size. Okay, so it differs. Okay, now let's look on the population size of Tanzania country according to the census of 2012. Okay, this is census results in brief. This is according to the census of 2012. Okay, as you can see, this is the total population of Tanzania. Okay, it was 44,928,923. Okay, this is the population size of this particular area. This was on the year 2012. Okay, and you can see Tanzania mainland and the Tanzania Zanzibar. Okay, the population of mainland was 43,625,352. You see, and the population of Zanzibar was 1,303,569. Okay, now if you plus this and this one, you get the total number of the entire country. This is according to Zanzibar, and this is the mainland, and this is the total population of the country. Now this is the population size. Okay, another term is population distribution. Okay, population distribution. Okay, on population distribution, this is just a pattern, okay, of population, okay, in an area at a given time. Okay, it is a pattern of population of an area at a given time, or in an area at a given time. Or the other way you can define population distribution. This is just a way of people splayed, okay, out on the land, okay. It is the way people spread out on the land, on a certain area, okay. This means that I've said last time, characteristics of population, I said that population is uneven, okay. Okay, now uneven, I mean on this part here, distribution, okay. When I say distribution is the spread of people in different areas at a particular area, okay. So it is uneven because the number of reasons, okay. It is uneven. This population distribution, it is unevenly, okay. This means that it's not even distributed. That, for example, if you have an area like this, number of people cannot distributed at the equal number at every place, okay. There are some places which will be having higher number of people compared to others due to different reasons, okay. Now, the reasons can be of those I have mentioned, okay. Maybe environmental factor, okay. Environmental factor maybe climate, okay. When I say climate, I mean temperature and rainfall. People don't like to settle on the areas which have high temperature or high rainfall. They don't like to settle on those areas, but they like to settle on those areas which have moderate rainfall. Maybe to cultivate, it is suitable for agricultural activity, okay. Even moderate temperature, not too high or too cold, okay. You will see on those areas the population becomes very high, okay. That can be environmental factor which influence the population distribution, okay. Another is maybe social service, okay. People want to like to settle on those areas which has maybe hospitals, schools for their children, okay, water supply, okay. So if an area doesn't have those social services I've mentioned, it becomes difficult for the people to settle on that particular area, you see. Now, we'll be having different reasons of why people, population distribution or human population distribution is uneven on the coming lesson. So, for today's lesson, just get an idea of population distribution, okay? Let's look on the map, will help us to explain more about population distribution. Now, for example, this map represents the Darasa region. It's just an example of population distribution for the Darasa region. Okay, this is the Darasa region. As you can see, different areas: Mbweni, Bunju, Goba, Mbezi, Kibamba, Chanika, Kinyerezi, Kibamba, etc., etc. Now, this map shows the population distribution of Dar es Salaam, okay, how people spread all over Dar es Salaam, okay. As you can see, this color here, this key here, you see the color which is having the red color, it means the population of that particular area will be exceeding, okay, 40,000 people and above, okay. As you can see, at the center of Dar es Salaam here, Ukonga, Kipawa, Tabata, Segerea, okay, Manzese, Mabibo, Bagala, these areas with red color, it means there is high population on those particular areas, okay? High or denser population in that particular area. You should ask yourself why these areas, they are having a lot of people, okay? You just, this is just an assignment for today, and the coming lesson, we will discuss more about the factor of this distribution, okay? And areas blown like color. This area is Mbezi, Kigamboni, Keko, Sinza, Keko. These areas, they have moderate population, number of people in that particular area. For example, it is about maybe 30,000 to 40,000 people will be are living in those particular areas. Okay, and those areas with having this color, yellow one like this, Kibamba, Mbweni, Goba, and other areas of Kibamba, Kisarawe 2, Kimbiji, it means those areas will be having a low number of people. And there are reasons why. Okay, there are reasons, either environmental or economic. The people who are living here, they have different maybe economic status, etc., etc. Now, this is just a sample, and this shows that the population is uneven. Okay, there are some places which are having a very large number of people, while others they have low number of people due to different reasons. Okay, now let's continue to another term. Okay, let's come to another human population term. Okay, which is population density. Okay, population density. Okay, on population density, this is a number, okay, of person per unit area. Okay, this is the number of persons per unit area. Per unit area. Okay, and under this particular term, population density, we measure, okay, number of people with the carrying capacity of the land. Okay, there will be some areas with high density, and there are some areas with medium density, and some areas with low density. Some areas with low densities, those areas with a little number of people but is having a very large area. Okay, so we say that the population density of that particular area is very low. But in areas with, for example, areas with slums, okay, for example, here in Dar es Salaam, area like Manzese, okay, Buguluni, you will see the small area will have a bigger number of people in that particular area. Population density of that particular area becomes high. Mathematically, we can calculate population density. Population density is equal to the total number of people, okay, in a given area. Okay, the total number of people in a given area over, okay, over the total area of the place. Okay, over the total area of the place. That is population density. So we can be given the population size of maybe Tanzania, okay? Then they give you maybe the area, okay, kilometer square, the kilometer square of a country as a whole of Tanzania. And you will be asked to find population density. So this is a formula, okay? For example, the population of Tanzania, as you have seen there on the census of 2012, it was population size of Tanzania was 44 million, okay, 923, okay, and the area coverage of Tanzania is 883,749 kilometers square. So population density will be the number, okay, of individuals or people in that particular country, which is Tanzania, 44,928,749 923 over this kilometer square. Okay. Okay, and you will get the density, population density of Tanzania is 51 person per square kilometer. 51 people or person per kilometer square. Per kilometer square. You see? In every 1 kilometer square, we have 51 people or 51 person. That is population density. Okay? Now, let's look on the map of Tanzania. Let's see, this is an example of population density. Population density of Tanzania. This is inhabited, which means people settled in an area per square kilometer. You see this color here and shows the density. Okay. For example, this color here, which is purple, this means that the density here is very high. Okay, about 300 people per square kilometer. And this area here is Darasa. Yeah, Darasa, even Mwanza, somewhere Mwanza here. And this color changes with the density. Okay, the color which are more lighter, they have a low density compared to areas with bolded color. Okay. Now let's come to another population 10. Okay. It is population composition. Okay, a human population composition. Population composition. On population composition is a demographic makeup. This is a demographic makeup. Okay, makeup, which explains more about number of people on a geographical phenomena, on a geographical place, okay, and the influence of this population composition. It explains more like the sex, marital status, okay, marital status. It explains the level of education for those people living in that particular area, okay? Even the age, okay? Age and others, okay? Occupation, okay? Even occupation are being explained under this particular term, okay? Which is population composition. Another is population change, okay? Population change. Population change. This will be number 5. Population change. Some people call it population growth. Okay, this is the number of people, okay, during a specific period of time, okay, and it changes over time, okay, or it is an increase and a decrease of the number of the people on a given area, okay. For example, an area will be having a certain number of population, okay, at a specific time, but after time passes, that particular number or population size can change, okay? Now we call it population change. And the factor which influence the changes here, they are migration, you have birth, and you have death, okay? People die, people live and die. When they die, they decrease the number of people in particular. When people get birth, they increase the number of people in particular area. If people migrate outside, go to move and settle elsewhere, we decrease the number of people. And if migrate in, or we call it immigration, the population size will increase. Now that process is called population change, and we will discuss this more on the coming lesson. Okay. Another is population structure. Population structure. Under this population structure, we concentrate on age and sex, okay? Age and sex. This is just a composition, okay, of population determined by the number of males and female, okay? So sex, which means male and female, okay? And age. When age here, we concentrate on the working class and non-working class, or working group and non-working group, okay? People who are working, the age between 14 to 65, working group, and the people 0 to 14, the children, and those from 65 to above, okay? These are non-working group, okay? Under this particular population structure, we will find the dependent ratio just by looking at the age, okay? And on the sex, male and female, we look on the pyramids, okay? We call it population pyramid, okay? Which shows the number of male and number of female on that particular country. Now, as you can see, let's look on this Tanzania population pyramid by age group, okay? This is one of the population structure is being presented by the using pyramid, okay? We call it pyramid by age group. As you can see here, this pyramid, this is a group age number, okay? Children from 0 to 4, 5 to 9, up to the highest age, okay? And at the horizontal line here, this is a number of population size, okay? For example, here up to 5 million population, and here 5 million. On this side, we have female, and here we have male, okay? Now, this population structure, as you can see, it's like a triangle. It's a population structure of a developing country. Why is it a population structure of a developing country? As you can see, on the base here, it is very broad. This is to say there is high fertility rate in this particular area, okay? In this particular country, which is Tanzania, okay? The number of children is bigger, okay, than the other age group, okay? As you can see, this number of children, 0 to 14, this is a dependent group. It's very big compared to the working class, okay, or working group. The working group will start from 14 years to 65 years. This is a working group. People can be employed, can work on different areas to earn income, okay, to sustain their family. This is a non-working group, and the age from 65 above, it is a non-working group. So if you see it is wide or broad on the base, this shows as a high fertility rate. And if you see there is very rapid decrease, okay, from the age of the older ages from 65 and etc. to the highest age, it is very narrow. This means that there is high mortality rate on this part here, okay? And we know that on developing countries, they have high fertility rate and they have high mortality rate. Why high mortality rate on these parts here? Because of maybe poor health services, even poor economic level of different people. They cannot sustain because they already worked for several years, and the life expectancy of this particular country is low. That's why the mortality rate started from the age of, as you can see, the triangle or the pyramid, from 45 years, the bloodness decreases rapidly. This is the indicator that this is a developing country. On developed country, it will be having not blood to that extent. The number of children will be very low, and the working class will be high. Even the oldest ages will be at least bigger than this one. Why? Because they have a good health services, okay, and they have the fertility rate is very low because of maybe family planning and different policies to their country. Okay. Now, on population structure, we said that under it we have two items. We have sex ratio and we have dependent ratio. Okay. Sex ratio, we mean those the ratio between male and female. Okay. Sometimes we say this is the number of males to females in a given population, or it's the number of males per 100 females. Okay. And mathematically, you take number of males, you divide the number of females times 100. Okay. And the answer you get is the number of males per the 100 females. Okay. If you get the small sex ratio, this means that there is man deficiency, okay, and has a great effect on fertility, as few women would have husband. Okay. If you get small sex ratio, it means the number of male become very low compared to number of female. Okay, so some of the female individuals will not get married because the male or man will be few, or men will be few than their number. So, for example, according to this census of 2002, population census of Tanzania, there were 16,829,861 males. Females were this number. You see? Now, to calculate or to find the sex ratio, you take the number of male, you divide by number of females. Males, females. Now, to find sex ratio, you take the number of males, you divide by number of females times 100. And if you did it correctly, you will get this amount here. This means that 95.5 males per 100 females. Okay, that if you have on this scale sex ratio, if you have 100 female, you have 95.5 male. Now let's go to dependent ratio. Okay, dependent ratio here we are looking the working group vis-a-vis the non-working group. Okay, for example, 0 to 14. This is a non-working group because these are children. They cannot get employed. Okay, and people beyond 65 years old and above. These are non-working group. Okay, so you divide with a working group or working population, which you start from 15 years to 64. Okay, now dependence ratio. This refers to the number of people in the non-working ages to those in the working ages. You see? Now you take the total number of people who are not working, you divide the total number of people who are working, and you get the dependence ratio. Okay? The country which is having a high dependence ratio suffers some problems. Okay? The country which will be having a low dependence ratio, now that country will not suffer those problem of having a lot of non-working group or non-working population. Okay? Some of the problems are the government will spend a lot of money, okay, and other resources to produce essential needs for those non-working group. Okay, and the little that remains, it will be not enough to invest in other sectors. Okay, and the dependence, those non-working class consumes, okay, the surplus of the general or small working group. Okay, because the small working group will be very small, and the dependent group or unworking group will be very high. These unworking group, children and people with old ages, will spend or will consume a lot of resources from those working group, and that becomes a problem. Okay. Now, as we've seen those population terms, let's look on the importances. Why are we studying this population, human population? Why are we studying? Okay, you can ask yourself. Now, I have some small points to make to show that it is important to study this particular topic. Okay, as you can see here, I have different importances. Okay, the first one, population study yield knowledge, important for planning, okay? It helps us for planning, particularly by the governments in the fields such as health, education, housing, social security, employment, and environment preservation, okay? Now, you knowing this knowledge of human population, you will get knowledge to know the size, the structure, okay, the population, and the change of population growth. What are the factors for population growth, okay? For example, a factor of population growth can be, we'd say that can be maybe birth or death or migration, okay? You ask yourself why people are moving in this particular area, why not that area? Why they go this way, they like to settle here, why not there? So it helps you to plan, okay? Maybe you want to shift people to elsewhere, you will plan maybe to put some social services, maybe you know that, okay, this population is right here because of the availability of social services. So it helps the government to plan, or to, for example, how to reallocate people, okay, to elsewhere, they must plan, okay? Another important such study of population or human population also provide information needed for formulate government population policy, okay? Also, this study of population or human population help the government to produce policies, okay, different policies for different reasons, okay, which is seek for modifying demographic trend in order to achieve economic and social objectives, okay. For example, Ujamaa village, okay, this was the policy introduced by the government of Tanzania after studying the population, human population of that particular area, okay, and to know different areas where to put those people in order to provide them with the services people need, okay. Another important of studying population, it promotes the supply of labor that can be used in exploiting or harnessing the idle resources like mineral, land, water bodies, etc. So you knowing the population or human population help, okay, to supply or to distribute labor in different areas, maybe for exploiting minerals, okay. You know that, for example, in Tanzania, the area like Mwadui is having a precious logs, so we'll be likely to go there and to do the exploiting activity, okay. Another development of strong defense against the external enemies, okay. That, for example, you have the population structure, okay. You have, and you identify, the government identified that the age group or the young age group is very, the young age group is at high population size, so they will allocate, okay, these young people to go to the army, okay. Also, it helps to know the characteristics of human population, for example, the size, the composition, the structure of the population, okay. Now, this helps to know the characteristics of human population, for example, size, composition, and the structure of the population, okay. You knowing this knowledge of human population help you to understand this, because we discussed about this, okay. What is the population size? We all know that at this moment, the population composition, even structure, okay. And in structure, I said there is age structure, okay, age and sex structure, okay. And composition, we have different stuff here, like we will concentrate on discussing or explaining about education level, marital status, okay. Now, on medical care, okay, the number of patients, you knowing human population will help, for example, to know the number of patients per doctor or number of patients per hospital beds, okay. You know, here, this particular area is having a population size of this much, so we need to have a medical service at this area, and we must have several beds for hospital beds, okay, for patients to to use. Okay. Another, it can encourage or stimulate the diffusion of technology into the destination from other areas. Okay. Now, knowing population. One among the factor of population growth is through migration. Immigration. People come from elsewhere, come to settled area. Okay. Now those people will come with different ideas, different technology. Okay. This will be diffused or spread to other people, so that that particular society will be having high technology level. Let's look to the model question I have prepared for our today's lesson, so that we can discuss and summarize on our today's lesson. Okay? Okay, let's start with this question, which is matching item. Okay? It says, match the description of population terms in list A with its corresponding name in list B. Okay? This is list A and this is list B. Okay? Now let's start with list A, Roman 1. We have birth rate, mortality rate, which means this is death rate, and migration. Okay? This description is in which term or which name here? Is it population structure? No. Is it population size? No. Is it population change? Yeah, it is a population change. Roman 2. Refer to the number of people in a defined administrative area. Administrative area. Is it population structure? No. Is it population size? It's true. Population size is the total number of people in a defined administrative area. Okay. Roman 3. It provides information on age and sex. Okay. What to provide information about age and sex here? Is it population density? No. Population composition? No. Population distribution? No. It is population structure. Okay. Population, on the population structure, we say that this is the number of people per age and sex. Okay. Roman 4. This is the pattern of the population in an area at a given time. A pattern. A pattern is a spread of people in a particular area. That is obvious. It's a population distribution. Roman 5 is equal to total number of people in a given area over total area of the place. Aha. Now, is it a population composition? No. Population change? No. It is a population density. Let's come to another question, which is essay question. Okay, essay question. It says, briefly describe the characteristics of the total number of population living in a certain area at a given period of time. Okay, as we started this lesson of today, I mentioned a summary of characteristics of population, human population. Okay, some of them were population is dynamic, population differs in size. Okay, population is uneven distributed. Okay, population has age and sex structure. Those are the characteristics, and we explained more about those characteristics on those population terms. For example, in a population structure, we discussed about age and sex, and we looked on the dependent ratio and the sex ratio. Okay, on a population size, we looked on the size, the number, the total number of people in a particular area. I showed you the summary of Tanzania country, the census of 2012 in Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar. Okay, now those are the characteristics of population. Okay, or number of people or human population living in a certain area. Okay, at a given period of time. Okay, all we have discussed about that. Thank you. We have come to the end of today's lesson. I welcome you to another lesson so that we can proceed from where we will be ending today. Okay, we will discuss more about those aspects or those terms as we mentioned on today's lesson. Okay, you're welcome.